Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very well. In today's video I'm going to do a rundown of all the tattoos I got in 2020. Now I normally do this at the beginning of the year, so I've only just got around to doing this a bit later than normal, but I do this every year where I talk about every tattoo that I got in the year that has just passed. I actually thought I didn't get that many tattoos last year because of lockdown, the virus, all of that fun stuff. Like, oh, I know, I'm bored of talking about it, but there was a huge period of time last year where I did not get tattooed, and I thought I didn't get that many tattoos, but I was writing down the list of how many tattoos I did get last year, and I was like, oh, I actually got a lot more than what I thought, because I thought I only got like 3 or something like that, but it's a lot more. I think it's because last year felt like it never ended. It was like the slowest year and the fastest year all at the same time. It was just the weirdest year. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Last year was just terrible for tattooing for a lot of us, especially tattoo artists who were out of work for a long period of time, and now in the UK they're out of work again, so it's not a good time for tattoo artists and independent artists and musicians, and just so many people are out of work right now. So, you know, us as clients, we suffered because we couldn't get tattooed, but it's a more serious thing for the tattoo artist. So but hopefully this year, well, towards the end of this year at least, things go back to somewhat normal, whatever normal may be. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about every tattoo that I got in 2020. So the first one that I got in 2020 was in January, and I got a tattoo for my 30th birthday. I was just not looking forward to turning 30. I don't know what it was. I thought 30 was like the end of the world. I thought, oh my god, I'm an actual adult now. And now that I'm actually 31 filming this, it's mad. Like, oh my god, I'm 31. Oh, I got tattooed by one of my favourite tattoo artists, Emma Arietti. She's done a lot of my tattoos, but she did a gravestone tattoo for me that said "Rest in peace my youth," and then it's got like flowers around it and stuff. She nailed it. I kind of just said, hey, I just want a gravestone that says rest in peace my youth, to celebrate, you know, the passing of my youth because, you know, I'm an adult now, but you know, you're only as old as you feel. It's just a number. But I thought it'd be a funny tattoo to kind of commemorate turning 30. I don't know, but yeah, I've had that tattoo for a year now, pretty much. I love it so much. It's definitely one of my favorite pieces. I know I say that about every single tattoo that I ever get, but it holds a special meaning to me. Okay, the next tattoo that I got was from Sophie Roach, who is Safe Word by Sophie on Instagram. She has done my channel art, social media art. She's just an all-round cool person, right? I love her. She's amazing. She's super talented. And I got the pleasure, the honour of being tattooed by her, not once but twice. So she had kind of just come out of her apprenticeship, so she was like a junior tattoo artist. I think that's the right word. I don't know, I'm probably very wrong with that. But the first tattoo she did on me, I went twice. So she was tattooing in London. I think she's still tattooing in London now. Obviously not at the moment, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, she did a knife skull tattoo for me on my black work leg, and amazing. She is so good at what she does. She was like born to do this. Her artwork is stunning. I highly recommend you check out her work or her portfolio on Instagram. She had like a bit of flash, and I was like, I'll have that. Like, I was so excited to actually meet her because we've been talking for a couple of years, like on Instagram, and you know, just interacting here and there, and then I was like, I have to be tattooed by her. I've got to be. So I took some of her flash, and then the next day, so the day after, I got tattooed by her again. I was just like, wow, you've got space and stuff. I'll take it. I'll let me volunteer. So the second tattoo she did for me the day after was a scorpion tattoo. Again, gorgeous. She's so good at line work. Like, that is what she kind of specialises in. Black work, line work, fun stuff like that. And again, it was just such a pleasant experience to be tattooed by her. I then got tattooed by Emma Arietti again, twice. She did 2 gap fillers for me in the same day. This was in February as well. So the first tattoo she did for me was an eyeball, and it was going to be like a crying eyeball, like with blue tears, but it ended up just being like blood tears, which is totally my aesthetic, like horror and all of that. I love it. But yeah, that was the idea of the shop manager, like she's a peer/shop manager that works at the studio that Emma Ariati works at, and she's like, why don't you do blood tears? And I was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. So that was a bit of Emma's flash, and so was the hand demon claw thing that she did, just a bit of Emma flash. Like, I love her tattoos so much. Like, she's just so good at doing like traditional and stuff like that. Like, you cannot go wrong with that, in my opinion. Like, traditional is my favourite. So yeah, I just had to have a bit of, you know, gap fillers. There's so many gaps that I still need filling, and that was going to be pretty much like this year's job, so to say, but I don't know when that's going to start happening, but I really need to start filling out gaps to sort of make things a little bit more fuller, thicker, especially on my arm. I've mentioned this a few times, but like, I've got like this gap on my wrist here, and then I've got this elbow. I really don't want to do this, but this gap here in my inner arm, and then there's just like little bits here and there that need doing, you know, and I just need to get it done. And, you know, get it done and over with so I can move on to getting nice bigger pieces and stuff. Gap fillers are fun, but I don't know, I just find it more exciting getting bigger pieces. So that was the end of February. I got tattooed 4 times. Well, I had 4 tattoos in February. I did not realise this. I really honestly did not think I got tattooed as much as I did. Okay, and then moving on to March last year was the birth of the neck tattoo. I honestly, I don't know where I'd be without it at this point. Like, it is, you know, like, it's definitely my favourite tattoo. It's hard to say that because it's like picking your favourite child. Like, how do you pick your favourite tattoo? It's impossible. But it was just the most insane experience of my life when it comes to getting tattooed. I just cannot put into words just the whole day, the whole experience, the healing, everything. I've never done anything like it, and it's just strange because I went there thinking I was getting my black work arm, you know, having a session on my black work arm, and it just ended up being a neck tattoo. And I'm not mad about it. I'm so glad it happened. But yeah, it was the most painful tattoo. It was the most painful tattoo session I've ever gone through. It was the first time I've ever used numbing cream. I didn't put it on me. Heidi put numbing cream on me because I was so close to tapping out. Like, I had never felt anything like it. And it wasn't so much the neck area that hurt that much. It was more like the chest area. Hang on, too many layers. But it was like more this kind of area that hurt the most for me, and it was so painful. I don't know how people have chest tattoos because it's, oh my god, like, if you can sit through a chest tattoo, you can sit through anything. All right, yeah, it was just gnarly. And I'm so glad, like, I don't have to do it again, kind of thing. Like, I want to add on to it, but it won't be as insane as, like, it goes to the back of my neck, all the way up here, under my chin, on my chest here. It was massive. I did it all in one day, and I don't know how. I will just, you know, credit numbing cream. Honestly, like, that stuff is amazing. I'm so glad she put it on me. There was absolutely no tattoos until September. Because of obviously the virus, lockdown, a lot of tattoo artists, you know, had to cancel appointments. Then they were moving people around. I actually had a session on my arm for May, but that was cancelled, and then that was moved to September, which I thankfully, luckily, was able to do. And again, that was with Heidi. So she did a lot of work on my upper arm of my black work tattoo, and it's now filling out so beautifully. It's almost done. There's a few things that need doing pretty much on the upper bit here and what have you, but it's nearly done. Like, it's been over a year in the making, this blast over sleeve. So if you don't know, I started this like blast over black work sleeve last August. No, sorry, August 2019. This has been the longest progress tattoo ever. Like, Heidi is so popular, like, getting in with her is pretty hard, so, you know, it's taken a long time, but it's so worth it. Like, it's worth the wait, and I think it will be done hopefully this year. My next appointment, if it happens, probably won't, I don't know, we'll see, but my next appointment should be in April. Again, if that happens, I don't know, but hopefully it'll be finished by this year maybe. Who knows. So yeah, that's my third session on my arm that I had done in September. And then in October I got tattooed by Emma Arietti again, and she did this gnarly witchy demon creature lady portrait, old hag, like it's a mixture of everything. And I saw this in her flash on her Instagram and I could not get it out of my head. I was like, oh my god, I have got to get that. So I saved it. I did a screenshot of it and I saved it on my phone and I just kept looking at it, and that's how I know I like really wanted it, really loved it. I kind of was like, fuck it, I'm gonna book it. Yeah, I think it was like a couple of weeks after I ended up having it, and I love it so much. It's got like an autumnal colour palette, and you guys know me, I love autumn, I love spooky, Halloweeny horror things, and I got this in October as well, so it really fits. Just the whole aesthetic of, you know, my love for Halloween and autumn and all of that fun stuff, and I love it so much. It was spicy though, oh my lord, it was a very spicy tattoo. But I think thigh tattoos in general are pretty spicy. And talking about thigh tattoos, let's talk about the last tattoo that I got of 2020, and that was a Patsy stone portrait from Paula Castle. I've been aware of Paula Castle's work for a while now, and we talk here and there on like Twitter and what have you, and Instagram and whatever. She's such a lovely lady. Oh my god, she's awesome. And she did an iconic portrait for me. I have been obsessed with the TV show Absolutely Fabulous for the longest time. Like, I remember watching it as a kid. I've watched it on Netflix 1,000 times. If you haven't seen Absolutely Fabulous, I beg you watch it. It's amazing. It's literally me and Yasmin in like, I don't know, like 20, 30 years time. And I got the portrait of Patsy Stone, who is like just iconic. Like, she is amazing. And yeah, like that again was quite a spicy tattoo, but Paula nailed it. It just looks so cool and it's healed amazingly, and I'm so glad I've got it. I've made in-depth videos about every single tattoo that I spoke about here, so if you want to know more information about any of the tattoos that I've spoke about, I'll leave a link down below to those videos so you can get a more in-depth feel about everything, from the pain, the process, the cost, the healing, all of that fun stuff. I always make videos in depth about any new tattoo that I do, so I'll leave relative links down below. But yeah, that's pretty much all the tattoos. I'm making it sound like I didn't get any, but I did. I would love to know, what tattoos did you get in 2020? Did you have a favourite of 2020? Did you have a highlight of 2020? I normally at the end of these videos would talk about my future tattoo plans, but I honestly have no idea. I've got no future tattoo plans. Like I said, I've got one appointment booked for April. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But that again will just be more work on my blast over sleeve. But at the minute, I don't want to book anything to avoid disappointment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get all like excited for an appointment and then it gets cancelled on me. So I'm kind of just holding out until I think it's just a good time to book something. But yeah, my appointment with Heidi that's in April, I booked that in September. I had to book that far in advance. But yeah, I'd love to know what your future tattoo plans are. Do you have any appointments, or you kind of like holding out just in case? Because, you know, the virus is so unpredictable. Tattoo studios are open, then they're closed, then they're open, then they're closed. Yeah, I hope you're all doing very well, and until my next video, bye.